Hey, what's going on, guys? What's happening? YouTube, good morning. You've tuned into Rules for Rebels. Wanted to make a video kind of talking about this recent Amazon policy change. Amazon will no longer dictate to sellers how to price their products. And this came about because of concerns over antitrust laws. Amazon can't be this big platform and run the platform and dictate prices. There's all types of, I'm no attorney, but there's all types of rules about kind of price collusion between companies and controlling prices and things like that. And essentially, this is a major Amazon policy that you probably never even knew existed. And when I read this article yesterday, I was like, was this ever a rule? And when I think back to it, like maybe back in 2015, 2016, when I was like, kind of first starting to get heavier into Amazon and was really kind of concerned about the rules and things like that, I think I maybe kind of vaguely remember seeing this policy. It seems to be something that was never really enforced that much. And I think it's probably only, the article doesn't go into too much detail, but I think this is probably only relevant for, like private label brands and things like that. People who actually have their brands registered with Amazon, because otherwise it just wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense. But essentially the rule is, I guess in the past, Amazon used to dictate, if you're going to sell your product on Amazon, you can't sell it elsewhere for a lower price. And this is something that most people do, right? Like I've always done this. I always kind of figure, Amazon takes a bunch of fees from me, right? They take 15%. Final value fee. Plus, if you're doing FBA, which is almost a necessity these days, you got to pay them the fulfillment fee. And so I always kind of figured, let's probably 15, 17, 18%. Like, why not just offer that discount to my customer and have them buy straight from my Shopify site or somewhere else? And then apparently that was prohibited by Amazon. But again, a lot of like even bigger brands were doing this. I remember one product that I bought a while back, this bug assault gun. It's kind of like the new improved fly swatter. It's like a little shotgun that shoots, table salt at flies. And if you were to buy this on Amazon, it was like $50. If you went and bought it from their website, it was $39. And they were a pretty big seller. I don't think they ever had any issues with Amazon over this. But it seems like it was more used for vindictive purposes. So if you're my competitor and I want to get you knocked off of Amazon, you may be, playing by the rules. You may be selling your product for $39.95 on Amazon and $39.95 on your website. But what I might go do is I might go set up a Shopify store, a WooCommerce store, that looks as if it's you, and then price that product at $19.95 and then email Amazon and say, hey, this guy's selling this product for $19.95 on his site, but he's selling on an Amazon for $39, and it was a way to potentially kind of get people suspended. The article goes on to say Amazon just got a little more freedom. The e-commerce company will no longer prohibit its third-party sellers from listing their products on other sites for less than they do on Amazon US site. The change comes amid concern that the stipulation called price parity could be a violation of U.S. antitrust laws. Amazon confirmed the policy change, which took effect Monday, but would not comment on it. Senator Richard Blumenthal had previously called on the Department of Justice and Federal Trade Commission for an investigation into antitrust violations and how they could affect the prices that consumers pay for goods. Amazon's price parity provisions may raise prices for both consumers in the short term and in the long run, he wrote in letters to the DOJ and FTC in December. Relatedly, Amazon's price parity provisions may work to block the emergence of more efficient online marketplaces that might offer consumers lower prices on their favorite goods. In a statement to CNN Business, Blumenthal said he welcomed Amazon's decision, but that he is deeply troubled that federal regulators responsible for cracking down on anti-competitive practices seem asleep at the wheel at a great cost to American innovation and consumers. Amazon still faces scrutiny from legislators who want more regulation of large tech companies. Senator Elizabeth Warren has called for tech companies to be broken up because they have too much power. She singled out several companies, including Amazon, and has proposed a law that would mean, among other things, that Amazon wouldn't be able to sell its own branded products like Amazon Basics on its platform, which would mean lost revenue. Amazon also recently backed out of its plan to build a massive campus in Long Island City, following backlash from politicians and residents over incentives it was receiving from the city. So again, this article comes to us from CNN Business. I'll link to it in the description box below. I'm curious to hear from you guys. Did you even know this policy existed? Like I said, when I first read the article, I was like, is that really and when I think back, like I think I do recall, knowing about or hearing about this policy, but it's never anything I really followed, and it never really caused any problems for me. But nonetheless, it's kind of a good thing at the very least. If it was a tool that allowed, kind of competitors to, play dirty and get you knocked off, it's one less thing for the bad actors to use against you. So curious to hear your guys' thoughts on this. Drop a comment in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button down below, and we'll catch you on the next video.